Good morning, and welcome to You Be the Judge. Well, Christmas has passed, but we at You Be the Judge have decided to give you a Christmas present. We met recently with one of the finest entertainers in all of northeastern Pennsylvania, if not Pennsylvania. And soon he will make his reputation on a major television show in Hollywood. He's an entertainer, he's a magician, and he's a Scrantonian. My good friend, Denny Corby. Denny, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Denny's originally from a family that Hollywood got to know several years ago. Tell us a little about it.
So my family owns Pennsylvania Paper and Supply, which is the office building that everyone knows about. So we are the paper supply company in Scranton.
Your family owns Penn Paper.
Mm-hmm.
Did you work there?
I have for many years, probably before I was even 16. I've done every odd job possible, from stripping and waxing floors, cleaning bathrooms, picking orders, driving the big 26-foot trucks, doing deliveries. For every job possible, besides running the whole place, I've almost done.
And there came a time that you decided that Penn Paper was a nice place to work, but not for you.
Exactly. It's an awesome place to work. It's just not for me. I thought for years I was going to take over the family business. Then after getting more into it, I was like, this is not my actual passion and drive. So I had to talk with my dad, and he supported me and flew the coop and doing entertainment full time now, and was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
And that decision is fairly recently, am I right?
Yes, pretty much January 1st of this year, so almost a year.
And besides being a magician, you're a comedian. How do you practice and how do you learn the craft? I mean, it's not like you're in New York where there's agencies around, or California.
Right. So there's a lot of books now, especially with the internet. You know, there's Facebook groups and there's online forums that you can meet up now with the Google Hangouts. If you find a bunch of friends that online, you just hang out and start working on stuff, collaborating with ideas, and we are in a very close area where we're only a 2-hour drive from Philly, New York, pretty close to Boston, 4 hours. So if need be, I can just take a quick trip, and I have friends in all those cities. Just go and just hang out for the night and work on stuff.
That was one of the things I was touched by recently when we talked. You're a real believer in this area, aren't you?
Yes.
And I think you said it best, and you just said it again, that we are geographically so well placed.
Exactly.
That if you want to run a business or you want to become an entertainer, it's great to live in Scranton, where you can be down in Philadelphia or New York. Jason Miller, who was a Pulitzer Prize-winning actor, and he used to get down to Philadelphia frequently and put on plays and then come home, and really enjoyed the ability to go down there for a few days and then be back in Scranton, back at Farley's. So tell me a little bit about your trade.
So I'm a corporate entertainer, which is a fancy word for magician. I say corporate entertainer because if you say magician first, people go, oh, you can come do my kid's party. And I don't do kids' parties. So it's strictly corporate events and private high-end events all over the country. I have a Fortune 500 list as like my resume, from Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Berkshire Hathaway, MetLife, now O'Malley & Langen.
There you go. So we come back, I want to ask you to do a couple magic tricks for us and talk a little bit about what's coming up for you in your future, which is kind of exciting. So
sounds good.
Please stay tuned to You Be the Judge. Todd O'Malley here from O'Malley & Langen. If you're used to wearing these, and now you're stuck home wearing these, you may have a disability that prevents you from working. Call us at O'Malley & Langen. We can help you get the Social Security benefits that you've earned. Welcome back to You Be the Judge. My guest, Denny Corby, and before the break, we were talking about maybe you performing a couple tricks for us and plying your trade.
Yeah, so I have a little bit of money with me. I love to do tricks with money. We have a couple bucks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $1 bills. Would you like to smell them?
Sure.
Really? That's creepy.
It's money.
It is. It's more of a joke. When I was doing a show in Texas, the guy's like, let me smell those. So I was like, that has to stay in. But you can see the fronts, you can see the backs. I'll do it super slow for you. Watch. Watch. Now they're hundreds. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5 $100 bills.
Wow. Where do the ones go?
They're gone. I added zeros.
Amazing. Can you take them back to the ones?
No, that's impossible. There's no reason to do that.
Excellent. Tell me, what are some of the type groups that you've been to? You mentioned Berkshire Hathaway. Well, how do you get invited to these organizations, and how large is your audience?
Anywhere from, we did a small intimate group for you guys, anywhere from, 35, 50, upwards of 600 people. Berkshire Hathaway was about, I think, 550.
Now, how did you get that gig?
They saw my website and knew I did a good job, so they contacted me, and we worked out an event for their big holiday party.
Where?
It was at the Mohegan Sun, the Grand
Wow.
Ballroom.
Awesome.
So they had a 5.5-hour open bar, 10 food stations. They had a band go on for 45 minutes on one stage, then shot across to my own stage with me for 45 minutes, and the DJ took it away the rest of the night. It was an unbelievable event.
And you met one of the key players of Berkshire Hathaway
Yes.
there.
One of the board members. So after the show, I was hanging out, talking, mingling with people, and me and this woman were talking for a good 15, 20 minutes about just success, life, business, sale, you name it. And at the end, I was like, oh, so what do you do for the company? She's like, oh, I'm Carl and Sai's boss. And I was trying to put two and two together because I know they really don't have a boss. She was like, oh, she's the chairwoman for Berkshire Hathaway.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that was, then I was trying to think, okay, what did I say over the past 15, 20 minutes? But no, that was a good contact, and we've had a few phone calls already about some things. So.
And tell me about BMW.
BMW, so I met the GM of Daniel's BMW down in Lehigh County, and he asked me to come perform for 50 of his top clients for the new BMW i8 that just came out, which is, I think, an MSRP is for about $145,000, but they've been selling for about $180,000 to $200,000.
Wow.
So they had two of them there, and they invited their top clients to come in and check out the car, and as a little add-on, they had me doing my show. It wasn't the full hour, it was about 30, 45 minutes, and then they had me strolling and mingling among the crowd also.
Oh, that's great. You really enjoy this business now, don't you?
I absolutely love it. I could not see myself doing anything else.
Recently, you got notified that you may have a great opportunity ahead.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So about 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the casting director of NBC's America's Got Talent asking me to fly to LA for a private audition on America's Got Talent.
Now, for our audience that may not know America's Got Talent, talk a little bit about it.
It is the largest talent show in the United States, basically. And if you win, it's $1 million prize.
That's awesome. And it also opens doors up for
A lot.
all sorts of different programs. Didn't the last winner do magic?
Yes, he was a magician. Finally, we had a magician win the talent show, so that's always good for my industry. Anything that puts good light on entertainment like that is always great.
We've done a show with the folks over at the Houdini Museum. And again, Scranton magicians, they do much smaller venues. They do a lot over there. But very interesting historical material on Houdini. They really have become collectors, and they lived down and performed for years down in Lower Manhattan in the area that Houdini was from. Really interesting. But you're the first real magician that we've seen around here that does not only corporate events, but does comedy and does a full magic routine. Do you have anything else you can show our audience?
Yes, I do. So we're going to do something, some mind reading with the little Rubik's Cube. It doesn't move. It's not for that purpose. It doesn't spin or anything. It's just more for the psychological aspect. There's no such thing as real mind reading. That's all a fake. We're going to read some thoughts. It's a little easier to read a thought because it's more in your mind, and I can use magic, psychology, suggestion, a bunch of other different principles to give the illusion of mind reading. So what's going to happen is you're going to take the cube, you're going to hide it behind your hands, and you're going to pick a color. You're going to look at that color and think about it for a good 3 to 4 seconds, really lock it into your mind. Let me know when you've done that.
I did it.
Now, did you look at it for a good 3, 4 seconds?
Oh, no. I
Okay.
looked at it too quick. Got it.
You got one? Now, most of the time, about 7 to 8% of the time, or 7 to 8 times out of 10, the people normally pick yellow for the first time. So if you picked yellow, we're going to switch it up. Did you pick yellow?
I picked yellow.
Okay. So there we go. So switch it up. Pick a completely different color.
Okay.
And make sure you keep it covered so I can't see.
Got it.
You got one?
Yep.
Look at me.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go through the colors. No matter which one you picked, you just say yes. So no matter what I say, always say yes. Did you pick white?
Yes.
Did you pick blue?
Yes.
Did you pick red?
Yes.
Did you pick orange?
Yes.
Did you pick green?
Yes.
Did you pick yellow?
Yes.
You picked green.
How'd you know?
It's my job. So let's show the camera. Let's show them that you're not doing anything. Boom, we got green right there. We'll try it one more time. One more time. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to mix it up, pick a color, keep it hidden so I can't see. We're going to try the same process one more time.
You know, I am colorblind. Okay.
You got one?
Got one.
Okay, we'll do the same thing again. Did you pick white?
Yes.
Did you pick blue?
Yes.
Did you pick red?
Yes.
Did you pick orange?
Yes.
Did you pick green?
Yes.
Did you pick yellow?
Yes.
You picked white.
How did you know I picked white? Amazing.
You should bring me into the courtrooms now.
Absolutely. I thought that would be great. How do you learn a trick like this?
Waste of a childhood. No. You just read. You take different ideas from other people. You mix them all together.
Enjoy it.
It's one of the best things. I can't even describe how happy I am to be able to travel the country and do what I love.
Where'd you do your first show?
Oh man, it may have been like a birthday party when I was like 8, 9, 10, or by all my parents and family into like the living room and did a show there.
You, when did you do your first show as a professional?
As a professional, I've always been doing shows, even though I wasn't full time with it. I was always doing some charity events, or companies would hire me for some things. But then once I came to full time, which was last January, it was probably February. January I should have planned it out a little more. I kind of quit cold turkey and didn't have anything planned, so it's had to do a lot of drive and hustle to work through. But it was an unbelievable year I had this year.
And you work mostly off the internet as far as your marketing and.
It's a lot of the internet, yes. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. My own, referrals. People see me and pass me on. That's a lot of it too, and it's my own, cold calls and business as well.
Well, you performed recently at the country club up at my daughter and son-in-law's country club.
Glen Oak, yep.
And they immediately notified us and said, we got to have this guy for our Christmas party.
Yeah, I don't think I was done like packing up. I got the message like, hey, are you available this date? And I wasn't, and you guys switched around your calendar. I think we went through 3 dates. I was already booked, and finally we picked a date that worked for the schedule.
And it was great. And you've worked over at the Scranton Club for them.
Yes, the Scranton Club. A lot of local venues I've been at. So
That's great. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more to our guest, Denny Corby, about magic, about entertainment, and about how a guy from Scranton gets to Hollywood. So stay tuned to You Be the Judge.
If you are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to Social Security benefits. And if you have been paying taxes, then you have earned your benefits. Call the lawyers at O'Malley & Langen, representing Social Security claimants for a quarter of a century.